Hi everybody, I'm come to do another story today. It's this one. This one's by Oliver Jeffers and it's called Lost and Found, and I think we have read it before, but I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to put some activities on our First Primary website if you'd like to look at those as well. And if you hear any snoring, it's not actually me. Mabel's here, so oh dear, but she is snoring, so it's not me snoring. Right, so here's the book. Right. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought he must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked the Lost and Found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know. That night the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how to. The next morning he discovered that the penguin came from the South Pole. But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbour and asked if a big ship could take them to the South Pole. But his voice was much too small to be heard by the ship's horn. So, together, he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. Oh my gosh, that's a bit far, isn't it? The boy took his rowboat out of the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they would need. Look, that's what they've packed. And together they pushed the rowboat out to sea. They rowed south for many days and nights, with the boy telling stories all the way. The penguin listened to everything that the boy said. Oh my goodness, they floated through good weather and bad, when the waves were as big as mountains. Until they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. Oh, I wonder why it's sad. See. The boy said goodbye, and it floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. It felt strange being on his own, and the more he thought, and the more he realised that he was making a big mistake. The penguin wasn't lost at all. He was just lonely. Oh, poor penguin. And now he's gone and left him. I wonder what he'll do. Quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last, he reached the pole again, but where was the penguin? The boys searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. If you look closer, Can you see the penguin? Oh dear. Sadly, the boy set off home. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen, except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see. Ooh, the penguin! And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. And look, this looks like there's a whale underneath. And that is the end of our story. Right, that was a lovely book. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you look on our website there's lots of activities you can do, and if you look underneath as well. And I think next time I'm going to read a Roald Dahl book, because I love Roald Dahl. You know I love Roald Dahl. I know we've read Fantastic Mr. Fox and the Twits. I'm hoping to read the BFG, but I can't find it at the minute, so it might have to be something else. But I hope you're being good and you're enjoying being at home and looking after your mummies and daddies and whoever. So I shall see you very soon. Bye guys.